Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my next film reaction. There's a shadow on my face from my light. That's très annoying. Un secundo. It's time for the Omen now. Obviously, it's really hard with a reaction channel because I have to repeat myself because you don't all watch the same thing. Obviously, I'm a bit behind. I was very, very ill with the flu and then I suffered from a migraine and blah, blah, blah. So January has just been an absolute write-off. So I apologise profusely. Here I am, fresh in Feb. So, the Omen. Now, I remember a few years ago, once I'd finished Troughton's era, people saying to me, watch the Omen. And I do remember putting it on. I definitely didn't get more than, I don't even know how far I got in because I could not tell you a single thing. That's how bad my memory is. And also that's proof. If I do not if I'm not paying attention to something, I don't remember it. I don't have a clue, which is why I think I don't remember so much of Doctor Who, because I just have it on in the background. So I had heard of the Omen before. I do know it's got Patrick Troughton in it, and I think it's to do with a child. It's a horror, I think, horror thriller, which does scare me a bit. I feel like, what was the last scary thing? I feel like it's maybe going to be a bit jumpy, like Psycho. Maybe a bit like that. So it'll be really intriguing. I feel like this is is this like a classic horror? It might not even be horror, suspense, thriller, I don't know. I think this came out in the 70s. So again, very interesting. I would assume then it's in colour. So I don't know, I feel like Psycho's really stuck with me. The Shining is another one of my favourites. So I like watching classics and kind of seeing where they sit. I don't know if I'm ready to be jump scared. I don't know if I'm ready to be terrified, especially if it involves like a creepy child. Like, that's just weird, isn't it? A creepy child. So we'll see how this goes. Obviously, you can get the full length on Patreon on the Tenant tier and above. And wish me luck. Am I going to have nightmares tonight? Are you all sat there going, yeah. Yeah. If there are any breaks in this at all, it's because my laptop's overheated. So if you ever notice a jolt, it's because my laptop's overheated. So bear with. Even though it's actually still quite, well, it's 2 years old. But I'm rambling. Let's go. No, I feel physically sick. No, why is it doing that? No. Look, I'm in a minute in and I'm already cuddling my pillow.
I'm afraid it will kill her. My God, she wanted to bury me so much. For such a long time. You could adopt the child. She wanted her own. Your wife need never know. It would be a blessing to her. And to the child.
God, imagine lying to your wife about that.
What? Hey, it's me. I'm appointed ambassador to Great Britain.
You have to let me know where this was all filmed. Whew. Big enough house. Look at all their happy times until... No. Oh no, not a dog. I don't want a dog getting hurt.
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
No. After she looked at the dog. Here he is.
I was at the hospital, Mr. Thorne, the night your son was born. I saw its mother.
You saw my wife.
I saw its mother.
You're referring to my wife.
Its mother, Mr. Thorne.
This is blackmail. Then come out and say it. What is it that you're trying to say?
His mother was a...
She says she's the new governess.
Well, that's a start. Sorry.
Oh, please.
I don't like that. Don't trust her.
I like.
Seems all right.
Where'd you find her?
I didn't.
Where did I find her? I didn't find her. I assumed you found her.
Where's Damien?
Well, if you don't mind, Mom, I think you'd rather go to the park instead.
To the park? I told you he was going to go with
He's
us.
too young for church, Mom. He'll cause a fuss.
Mrs. Spaylock, you don't seem to understand. It is my wish and my husband's wish that Damien accompanies us to church. I'll be there in a minute.
Now, please have him dressed at once.
Morning.
Flipping out.
Mrs. Spaylock, don't need a dog. And if we do, I'll pick him out myself.
Damien's taken quite a fancy to him, sir.
Doesn't
Tomorrow morning,
matter.
he'll call the RSPCA. Tell them to collect the dog and find him another home.
Oh, I think you'd start to feel a bit strange about, you know, like what's going on. And it's all happened since that nanny took her own life. Obviously not 100% about what's going on with Damien. He looks a bit like Paul McGann.
Thanks again.
Was it a wire? Or he's going to be hung?
He will kill the unborn child. Then he will kill your wife. And when he is certain to inherit all that is yours, then, Mr. Thorne, he will kill you.
That's enough.
And with your wealth and power, he will establish his counterfeit kingdom here on Earth, receiving his power directly from Satan.
What an image. Oh no. See, why has she not gone crazy? No, you can't kill off the mum. It's like, is she planning it? Does she know when he's going to strike? Would that kill you? From that height, I'm not sure that would.
Doctor?
My name is Becker.
Was she all right?
She will recover.
Oh,
She is
in there.
I thought she was dead.
By the window.
At first I thought this was just a fault in the film. Just a strange coincidence. Then it happened again. Interesting, don't you think? This I took on the day that you were at the rugby match.
Same thing.
Only it's more pronounced this time, and it's actually making contact with the body. The rest, of course, history. When I came here with the police, I took some photographs. I happened to catch sight of my own reflection in that mirror.
Why killing all these people?
I'm so frightened.
Anyone that's onto
Don't be
the
afraid. You'll be
demon?
all right here. You'll be perfect. Well, surely a fire didn't destroy everything. There must have been some records.
Mi dispiace. I'm sorry. I think everything was destroyed.
But isn't it possible that there were some papers stored elsewhere?
I do not.
Oh, what about the staff? Surely some survived.
See, some?
There was a tall man, a priest, dark eyes, piercing eyes.
Ah, sì. Padre Speletto.
Yes.
He was principale.
Yes, he was in charge. Is he
Yes, he is alive.
here?
No.
Where?
He's in a monastero in Frosinone.
His mind is active, but since the fire, he's not made a sound. We feed him and take care of his needs, and we pray for his recovery when his penance is completed.
Please. Does it mean something to you?
Cerveteri. It is an old cemetery from Etruscan times. Crypt Sant'Angelo. It is nothing but ruins. Robert, over here.
Robert. Oh God. Not this freaky music.
Maria Sciarra.
June 6th.
This woman could be the mother of the child you adopted.
Or they've made up a name.
Why here? In this terrible place?
Oh, absolutely not. There's not going to be anyone in there.
Is alive somewhere.
Oh, that's horrible.
Murdered him. They murdered him as soon as he was born.
They could have at least put the phone on the left for her.
Hello? Kathy?
Hello, Robert, is that you? Oh, I'm so glad you called.
Kathy, darling. Now listen to me. Very carefully. Do just what I say. I want you to leave London right now.
Well, Robert, I don't think I can move very well.
Kathy, do it.
Okay. Yes, all right. I'll try to be ready by the time he gets here.
All right, darling.
I would have just gone in that outfit.
Who is that? Is that somebody there? Tom? Is that you?
I'd have just kept that on. What a biatch. She could push her out the window. Alright. Not now. Why does he look familiar?
Come along, Mr. Thorne. We had better get to work. It must be done on hallowed ground. A church. His blood must be spilled on the altar of God. This first knife is most important. It extinguishes physical life and forms the center of the cross. The subsequent placings extinguish spiritual life.
I'm sorry, I can't focus until I know what he's from. The prisoner. The prisoner. Like, I know he's angry at his child, but he's still got to go through with the act of stabbing him.
He wants me to stab him. Wants me to murder a child. It's not a child. How can he know that? Maybe he's wrong. It's insane. That won't have anything to do with murdering a little boy. He's not responsible. I won't do it.
Oh, flipping out. She keeps biting like a dog. Go on. Oh no. I don't see how his life continues either way. Because he'll be done for murder of the boy. Where's the child's coffin? Because I assume that's the ambassador and his wife.
Excuse me, Mr. President. When you're ready to leave, your car is right over there. In a moment. Yes, sir.
Thing is, it's not the boy's fault. Well. So, gosh. It's really hard to sit and do a review straight after watching something because it's almost like I need to digest it, but I also like that it's fresh in my head. So, I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be scarier. I don't think that's a horror, in my opinion. It kind of had the equivalent thrilling of like whatever happened to Baby Jane. Like there was stuff going on, but it wasn't like Psycho, you know? A really, really interesting concept. So I assume the boy is the demon. I like the mystery over his mum's body, and that whole graveyard bit was a really, really interesting thing. Was the ambassador purposefully given the boy? Because now the boy is with the president, and it said in the Revelations bit or whatever that he would come up through like politics. Very clever. The initial death with the nanny hanging herself was haunting, and I weirdly like that stuff. I mean, that's the stuff that will give me nightmares, but that's the stuff, you know, when it's just so shocking and you can't believe you've just seen that. I think they're the elements of these like thrillers that I really, really love. And especially, but you know, again, I always bring it back to Psycho because it's unbelievable. But seeing such shocking moments happening was just amazing. The little boy did a good job. The little boy was not in it as much as I thought I would, but also understandable because he's 5 years old. So, you know, what do you expect? The person who played the ambassador and his wife, I really, really liked them. I thought they had a really nice connection. And I just wish they'd survived. I was kind of hoping that it would be one of those films where I wanted them to win, but I did understand even if he stabbed the boy, he's then going to be done for murder. So he was kind of in a lose-lose situation. But I wish they'd been able to resolve it. I maybe assume they've left it like that because there's a second film, which, yeah, I always feel a bit funny about going into like second and third films because sometimes I think you can just leave it at the original. Like if they're out there, they're out there. But I mean, like for me personally, sometimes I'm like, I don't think I need to see the rest. Like I'm cool. I think Psycho 2 lived up to it, then Psycho 3 didn't. So. But maybe they didn't write it to leave it. Maybe they left it open, but maybe they didn't have the intention of doing the Omen 2 straight away. I don't know, you have to let me know. The locations, if you could let me know where the house was, where that cricket, if you could let me know where the rugby match was. There were signs for Petersfield and Portsmouth, so we must be Hampshire, Sussex. I'm trying to think what else there was. The nanny... The second one, I do think you would be a little bit suspicious. Like, did they check up on the agency? The like housekeeper and stuff leaving, you know, was that checked up on? Like all of that stuff would be really, really, really suspicious to me. The poor mum being pushed out of the hospital window. So like what, the nanny that was protecting the boy and the dogs, like what do they represent? Like just assailants, is that the word? I was going to say affiliates, that's not the right word. Allies, like they're helping the demon get to the top, right? If there isn't the Omen 2, I don't really understand how the film could happen without it potentially being a little bit repetitive, because surely it would come back to the fact of the boy just needs to be killed, and the older he gets, the stronger he gets. You know, I much preferred the pacing when we were in the home. Like I would say, I think I did prefer like the first half. I enjoyed him going off and doing all of that stuff. I don't know whether I'd have wanted to maybe see the boys, maybe seeing the boy being a demon a bit more. Like I never saw that. I never saw whatever he is, the Antichrist, I don't know. But I wanted to see him misbehaving a bit more. We had a little bit of like evilness, like when his mum fell off the initial balcony and he kind of just sat there, but maybe I would have liked to have seen a bit more evil, because as it was going on, like the music, incredible. You know how I feel about music. Some of the shots were really nice. I do like that we travelled around and we saw their initial story and all of that stuff. I'm just trying to think about the pacing of it and how do I feel about it. I just think it was like boom, 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 slowed a little bit. We were still exploring stuff and then it picked up towards the end. So like the second, third, I would say it was maybe a bit slower. Stuff was still happening, of course, but I don't know. It definitely wasn't slow. Maybe, I guess maybe because I'm used to like the pace of like Psycho and things like that, you just are expecting this constant. Like I was on edge at times, but there were times when I could put the pillow down and watch. But then maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe that's a good thing that I could actually watch the film. I really am glad I've seen that though. Like I feel very, very grateful I've seen it. Patrick Troughton's little role was really, really lovely. He was great in it, of course. I'm sure he's magnificent in everything. Why am I going to start rating my films? I think I might, you know. I think I might. What would I give that out of 10? I did like it. Because when I think about rating things as well, I always think about watching them again. So if someone said to me right now, you need to watch The Omen again, I'd be like, okay. Like in a month's time, would I be thinking, oh, I really want to watch that again? You know, like that's what I try and think about with my ratings. Well, 5 out of 10 is average, but that surely 5 out of 10 means good. Because then 1's bad, 10's perfection. I think I'm going to give it like a 6.5 because it was good. Like it was really good. But there'd be other films that I would put higher. But I like that I'm kind of like ticking off a load of these classics. Thanks to you guys on the Supreme Commander tier. I just feel like there's loads that I'm ticking off and I'm very grateful for that because as I've said before, I don't think I would ever sit down and watch a lot of these films off my own back. I just wouldn't. So yeah, a good, I would say that's a good one for someone who's never seen horror or like thriller before. I'd say that's a toe in. Would you agree? A toe. A dip in. Because I think it had a good balance. I'm probably missing something else that's happened. I'm just really gutted that The Ambassador didn't win because I really, really liked The Ambassador. I thought he was a good guy. He was really, you know, it wasn't one of those films where the man's an arsehole to the wife. Like they were a really lovely couple. So I'm really gutted. I'm gutted about the ending, but also I do like it in films when you don't get your own way because that's just not film, is it really? It's not life. So yeah, really, really thrilled with that. Thank you to the person that requested me to watch it. As I have mentioned, where I'm behind, I am just going to be reeling these out a bit. So I hope you enjoy and I will see you very soon for my next film reaction. Bye.